Welcome to Metabolic Maestro. Let's dive in today. This is day 85 of my fasting, stillness, resistance training, and mindful eating or sacred feasting. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I have still a few hours to go before I go work out, but I'm feeling really good in a deep meditative state right now. I'm about 54 hours into it today, and I'm feeling good. Very calm. Mental state is super calm. Body's just like super relaxed. I just finished a stillness meditation session and wanted to come and share just about stillness, meditation, the power in cultivating meditation and cultivating stillness practice, which over time causes you to really get in tune with the mental processes that happens in your mind. And over time, you become aware of the different aspects, the different dynamics, following a properly guided stillness meditation practice. I suggest a breath awareness practice because it's the easiest, simplest one. You always have your breath with you. You can always practice it anywhere. And so I typically recommend that, but there's all kinds of practices you can use to focus your attention on. And essentially, that's what these practices come down to. It's really training your brain, training your awareness, your attention to focus on an object. What I use is the breath. Some people use light. Some people use sounds. Some people still use the body, but they dive into their lower abdomen. In Taoism, they call it a dantian, the lower dantian. And so, none of these are better or worse. They all get you to the same point eventually. You just have to find which one really suits you. Like I said, I'm a guy who I prefer simplicity and just being very mobile with everything I do. And I don't like things to trap me in certain places or spots or cause it to be an obstacle to practice because I need a whole bunch of tools. So I prefer the breath awareness because I can do it anywhere. When you train your attention, when you train your ability to stay focused on an object, this causes you to really become that self-directed man. The man who is not distracted by his environment, by sensual pleasures, by other people's ideas and thoughts. You're able to stay still and centered in who you are, no matter where you're at, no matter how chaotic the environment might be around you. You practice consistently every day. And you can only start with 10 to 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes. You don't have to be there for hours. But over time, you get to enjoy it. You get to really revel in the challenge, the unique challenge it is to really stay focused. Because if you've practiced any sort of stillness or meditation practices, you will know as soon as you close your eyes, as soon as you get started, boom, the bombardments, thoughts, emotions just flooded in. And this is where that inner kung fu master comes out. You just gotta put it to the side, block it to the left, block it to the right. And it's more like Aikido, where you're not really being aggressive or really attacking, let's say, but you're more just transmuting these distractions and really honing them down or stabilizing them or diffusing that energy just by being aware of them. I'm feeling real good. I'm just doing my best to transmit this vibe, this energy to you. And hopefully over time you get to trust me that I'm actually doing this. This is not some AI stuff happening. This is a real man, a real person on a real journey sharing what's possible to be able to attain effortless discipline and to be able to really become a man who is stable, who is grounded, and who is purpose driven. Hop onto this. Hop onto the fasting regimen. Hop onto the stillness meditation, training. These all are working together to really bring out that aspect of self-mastery within you. When you practice stillness meditation or stillness practice, what happens once you really become aware of the different mental processes, you hone your attention. And now, like I said, you're not affected by your environment. This is why. And you're able to focus. And when you get out of the meditation session now, you are able to focus on what you want to do, whatever your task is. So now the meditation object becomes your life work, your life duties. And so whether it's a business, whether it's a goal to get better at a skill, whether it's just conversating with people and just being focused on a topic, whatever it may be, you're now able to take that skill, that ability to focus your attention for a sustained period of time, and you are able to apply it in real life. And you become infinitely more powerful with whatever you're doing. You just stand out heads and shoulders over whoever you're doing it with. Not because you're even trying to compete. It's not even about competition. But you're just so cultivated that you just can't help but be a natural leader. That's what it is. It's about leadership and bringing everyone up, not competition, trying to tear people down. That's one way to do it. But when you realize that we're just all one, we're all from the same essential source, then that doesn't really make sense. So you want to bring people up, and you're going to find yourself being thrusted into natural leadership positions because people just naturally see you like that. And of course, this is going to help you develop as a man as well. When you look at the highest of sages and mystics, you see that they are around all kinds of people where you hear traditionally self-help, self-improvement advice say, be careful of the 5 people you're around because that's going to affect who you are. Or tell me your 5 friends and I'll show you who you are. You hear that a lot. And for the average man, it's true. But for the man who's really cultivated and really aware of where his attention is and able to direct his attention intentionally for a sustained period of time, it doesn't really matter, because when you look at Jesus Christ hanging around with prostitutes and murderers and killers, and he was able to sustain his attention on the highest of principles, and he wasn't affected by any of that, and he was able to just be around anyone freely. When you look at even Gandhi, the Buddha, all these people, all these great sages of all time, they all had these the same characteristics where their attention was focused on the highest principle, and so nothing could affect them. Their vibration was so high that anything that came into their vicinity had to elevate or just leave. You either came and you were like really into what was happening and you just naturally just elevated, your standards, or you're just so repelled that you just left, sometimes even violently. So I wanted to bring this to the table today. Just finished a nice meditation session and feeling good. Wanted to encourage you, hop onto the Maestro path. I made a 24-hour guide to help you begin. The link is in the description. Go ahead, check it out. Till next time, remember, fasting is the doorway, stillness is the foundation, and discipline is the path. Let's keep this going. Be still.